Karen robbed a disabled vet. Court ordered her to apologize in public. Why would someone destroy the life of a war hero just for a parking spot? In the quiet town of Millridge, where everyone knew each other's names, a single act of cruelty set the community ablaze. Karen Whitaker, a 42-year-old real estate agent with a reputation for sharp elbows, stormed into the local grocery store's parking lot one humid July afternoon. Her SUV screeched to a halt, inches from a battered pickup truck parked across two spaces, one clearly marked with a blue wheelchair symbol. The truck belonged to Marcus Reed, a 38-year-old disabled veteran who'd lost his left leg to an IED in Afghanistan. Karen's eyes narrowed. She didn't care about the placard dangling from Marcus's rearview mirror. To her, it was just an inconvenience. She pounded on the truck's hood, shouting for the driver to move. When no one appeared, Karen's fury boiled over. She grabbed a key from her purse and dragged it across the truck's side, carving jagged lines into the faded green paint. Not satisfied, she yanked the wheelchair ramp from the truck's bed and hurled it to the ground, stomping on it until the metal buckled. Then, with a can of spray paint from her trunk kept for her open house signs, she scrawled vicious slurs across the ramp. Her rampage didn't stop there. She rifled through the truck's unlocked cab, snatching Marcus's wallet, his VA card, and a small box containing his Purple Heart medal. With a smirk, she tossed the medal into a nearby dumpster and sped off, leaving the wreckage behind. What Karen didn't know was that a teenage cashier, Lily Carter, had watched the entire scene from the store's entrance. Lily, who'd grown up idolizing her own veteran grandfather, pulled out her phone and recorded Karen's tantrum. The video, shaky but clear, captured every scratch, every hateful word, and Karen's license plate as she fled. Lily posted it online, and within hours, the footage spread like wildfire across Millridge's social media groups. By nightfall, the town was in an uproar. Marcus, who'd been inside the store struggling with a faulty wheelchair, returned to find his truck defaced and his belongings stolen. His face fell as he saw the ramp custom-made to help him navigate his rural property twisted beyond repair. When a neighbor showed him Lily's video, Marcus's hands trembled, not with anger, but with the quiet pain of betrayal. He'd fought for his country, only to be targeted at home. The police were called, and Karen's SUV was tracked down by midnight. She denied everything, claiming she'd been provoked by Marcus's selfish parking. But the video told a different story. The truth unraveled quickly. Karen's lies crumbled under the weight of Lily's footage and the recovered Purple Heart, fished out of the dumpster by a group of outraged locals. At the police station, Karen doubled down, sneering that Marcus probably faked his injury for benefits. The officer, a former Marine, stared her down coldly. "You're digging your own grave, ma'am," he said. The town's outrage grew when Marcus's story came to light. He volunteered at the VA, coaching younger vets through PTSD, and had spent years saving for that truck. Karen's act wasn't just vandalism, it was a calculated attack on a man who'd given everything. Then came the twist no one expected. Lily's video wasn't the only evidence. An elderly man, Mr. Callahan, stepped forward. He'd been in his car across the lot, too frail to intervene, but his dashcam had captured Karen's face in crystal-clear detail. More damningly, it showed her laughing as she tossed Marcus's medal away. Mr. Callahan, a widower who'd lost his son in Vietnam, wept as he handed the footage to the police. "She didn't just hurt Marcus," he said. "She spit on every soldier's sacrifice." The dual videos sealed Karen's fate. The courtroom showdown was electric. Karen, dressed in a crisp blazer, tried to paint herself as a victim of cancel culture. She claimed stress from her job and a momentary lapse. Marcus sat silently, his prosthetic leg visible beneath the table, his eyes fixed on the judge. The prosecutor played both videos, and gasps rippled through the gallery. Lily, now a reluctant local hero, testified about what she'd seen, her voice cracking as she described Karen's glee. Mr. Callahan's footage drew tears from even the bailiff. The judge, a no-nonsense woman named Clara Holt, leaned forward. "Ms. Whitaker," she said, "your actions weren't a lapse. They were a choice." Karen's defense unraveled. Her lawyer's pleas for leniency citing her spotless record were drowned out by the crowd's murmurs. The judge's ruling was swift. Karen would pay $12,000 for repairs and restitution, serve 200 hours of community service at the VA, and most humiliatingly deliver a public apology to Marcus in the town square. Karen's face drained of color. She stammered, "Public? That's unfair." The judge's gavel silenced her. "You made this public when you chose hate over decency." The day of the apology was a spectacle. Hundreds gathered in Millridge's town square, phones ready to capture Karen's reckoning. She stood on a makeshift platform, clutching a crumpled paper, her eyes darting like a trapped animal. Marcus sat in the front row, flanked by Lily and Mr. Callahan. Karen's voice shook as she read the court-ordered words. "I, Karen Whitaker, apologize to Marcus Reed for my cruel and unlawful actions." Halfway through, she faltered, muttering, "This is ridiculous." The crowd booed, and a veteran in the back shouted, "Say it like you mean it." Karen's cheeks burned as she finished, her words barely audible. When she stepped down, no one clapped. She fled to her car, head bowed, as whispers of shame followed her. That night, Karen's real estate signs vanished from lawns across town. Her clients dropped her, and her brokerage quietly let her go. Her social media accounts, once filled with smug selfies, went dark. The community she'd dismissed as small-minded turned its back on her. Meanwhile, Marcus's truck was restored by a local auto shop for free, and a GoFundMe started by Lily raised enough to replace his ramp and more. Karen's destruction had backfired, uniting Millridge around the man she'd tried to break. Marcus didn't gloat. At a VA event weeks later, he spoke quietly to a small crowd. "I don't hate her," he said. "I hope she learns what sacrifice means." His words lingered, a reminder that true strength lies in rising above cruelty. Millridge rebuilt, but Karen's name became a cautionary tale, a warning of what happens when entitlement meets consequence. What would you do if you saw someone target the vulnerable? Was Karen's punishment enough? Share your thoughts below.